Um,
Okay.
all right, guys. So we're going to talk about Facebook parties and how to make them kind of simple.
Yay, that's what I want. Woohoo!
um, so I'm going to share my screen, but what I want you guys to know, so I use SyncShare, but that's a paid application. It's like $10 a month. But for me, it was worth it because it was like I needed to simplify. For a while there, I had a mock Facebook party, which worked really, really well. But I feel like the more parties that you do, it was getting really complicated for me to like copy and paste. And then I tried to have like on my desktop files, but with all the pictures, it was like trying to sort through the files. I was like, all right, I needed something um, that would basically I could see it, visualize it, and switch it fast. So I'm going to show you my SyncShare, but what I'm also going to tell you guys is that you can do the same thing through Trello. And whatever questions that you guys have, please just stop me and ask. There's also a chat button as well. I'm going to open it on my side. If you guys want to, chat about it, we can as well. So, all right, let me see. Let me get up SyncShare first, and now I will share. So this is what SyncShare looks like, but I just want to show you guys my parties. So what I do is I usually have my parties. I was just doing them on Wednesdays, and then I started doing them Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And you guys really need to figure out like what days work for you and what systems work for you. But so you can always tweak mine. But what I found was it was a lot easier when I had all the parties on one day. So not all the parties, but like I chose to have my parties on Wednesdays, and I would rather have two parties on Wednesday than have a party Tuesday and Wednesday, because the posts were going out and I was like, wait, is that for her party or her party? Like, and I was getting myself all confused, and I was like, I don't like this. So then I started doing them on the same day and I loved it. So that's what has worked for me. But guys, you don't have to do that. So what I have here is I needed to look at, I'm a very visual person. So I needed to see it. Like you see how these have like 3 days before, 2 days before the day of the party. Those are all just like my options. It doesn't always necessarily happen that way because it depends on my hostess as well. So what I'm trying to push all my hostesses towards is like a 1 hour party. So, but the complication with that is that you have to give her enough time to get everybody into the party. So my parties start on Wednesday. So I have my group ready and her link ready on Monday, but I don't add her in until like Monday afternoon. But I am talking to her probably like a week, if not a week and a half before that, because I want to really get to know this person, because I'm at the point where it's not just like my friends and family, it keeps on getting broader, right? Because the more Facebook parties that you do, it's like you're booking parties off of parties. And now like you're really spread out so much that it's like I don't even know who these people are. So when I'm running a party and somebody says that they'll host, I usually give them like a date that's like a couple of weeks, not like next week or a couple of days, because I want to build that relationship with that person, because I'm going to be asking her to do some things for me. And I want her to be like, this girl's really cool. Absolutely, I'll do that. So it's building that relationship with that hostess that's where I feel like the magic is, if you want to call it magic. So when I'm talking to her, I'll ask her questions. And I try to make them as fun as possible. Like I'll say to like her, like, you know, so, you know, we're gonna have the party, like, do we want to do a theme? Do you like wine? Do you like coffee? Like, of course, Christmas. So do you want to do a Christmas theme? Um, you know, do you want to do a New Year's theme? Like right now, I said to the girl, well, how about like a resolution type of thing, like New Year's resolutions, as you'll see right here. Like there's one post that's here that says keep clutter out of the kitchen. Um, so I ask her those questions because then it makes it like really simple for me, like party wise. Because if they're a group of ladies that like really like to drink wine, or maybe they like margaritas, or maybe they don't like alcohol and they like soda, or they like you know, whatever it is, if I can tweak it towards that a little bit and say like the girls like wine and I'm talking about like red or white, or okay, like who likes red, what kind of red, there's more interaction going with those people, right? Because if my hostess likes that, most likely her friends are gonna like what she likes as well. You know, maybe they're big movie buffs and you can do like movie questions in the group. So I ask her those type of questions. I ask her what her favorite color is, what her favorite nail set is. So like I'm asking her those questions like leading up to her party. So like I get to know her, she kind of gets to know me. How many kids do you have? Do you have kids? Are you married? That kind of thing. Because when we're inside the party, there might be like, you know, a post that will say something about like the petite line, and she'll say something like, oh yeah, I do those with my daughter, and I'll say, oh, you know, my daughter's 11 as well, like how old's yours, you know? So like you get that interaction going with your hostess. So my parties run on Wednesday night, so I add my hostess in on Monday afternoon, and I say to her, okay, so here we go. Party's going to be on Wednesday night. Feel free to start adding your friends and family to the group. Please do not use the invite button, but use the link below and private message your friends and family. You want them to know why they're joining this group. Because I think that's like super important. And I got to back up just a little bit. Like during that 2-week period, I do have the hostess do certain things like, you know, post on her Facebook wall of a picture of herself, so she has an idea of who she wants to ask. So I'm trying to get her warmed up to the fact that she needs to private message people. So I'm telling her like, okay, you know, we don't want to mass add. I get added to groups all the time. Unless the person private messages me, I'm out. Like I have no idea. And I got to be honest with you guys, like one of my dearest friends invited me to her Zyre party, and she private messaged me, and I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. And then I went on and I couldn't even find it. I was like, Michelle, where is this Zyre party? Like, what's the name of it? Like, I couldn't find it. So I felt like, Jesus, if this is the way that I'm feeling, how are the people that are joining our Color Street parties, how are they feeling? They're probably feeling the exact same way. So I explained that to the hostess. You know, don't feel bad private messaging your friends. Like if there's like, you feel like, you know, she's kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. You know, people want to know what they're being invited into before they hit that button. So after she gets her people in there, I always get a picture of my hostess. And all I do, like you can see it right here. So this is already in the group because I want the people to come into the Facebook party seeing her face, right? Because like it's her party, it's not mine, it's hers. So I have her picture there, and it's just like a little blurb. Welcome, ladies. You know, here's, you know, we're excited to party on this date. In the meantime, show us your nails to win a free mani. If it's okay, if they're naked, blah, blah, blah. And I did like an interactive post, right? Right off the bat, I want people to start commenting. Because I feel like it's super important for the interaction to happen right away. So that's already in the group. Oh wait, somebody trying to come in. So that picture is in the group, and that's in there on Monday. On Monday night, I still want interaction going, right? So I do an interactive post. I just switched this one out. I change it to like a this or a that. And I will tell my hostess, make sure that you are commenting on each post. You need to comment on each post. You need to tag your friends on the post. Better yet, why don't you ask them a question in the comments? So I am constantly in my hostess's ear about what she needs to do. So I feel like the interactive posts are huge. So then so that's on Monday. And then on Tuesday, I have like 4 different posts there. This one is number 1 because it says say no to FOMO, but what it is I'm just telling them that they, need to put their notifications on. So that one goes out in the morning. Let me leave here. I have another interactive post. I want to make sure that they see what the product looks like. I tell them a little bit about the product, and then late that night, I just do like a fun interactive, whatever that person really wanted. Like I said before, like are we doing some type of theme? That happens on that post. The day of the party, I have her also do a welcome post from the hostess. So, because I want her posting in there as well. So I'll just give her a little blurb, and I'll tell her, like, why don't you post like a picture of your nails in the morning, the day of the party. So on that Wednesday, she will post in the morning. I usually do just like a fun post. I'll give them a sneak peek. And then on wait a second, that's wrong. Like that's the day of the party. This shouldn't say the day of the party. It's the one day before the party, I believe. Because the day of the party, because the party starts on Wednesday night at 8, but I'll have 2 posts in there on Monday. I have about 4 on Tuesday. And then the day of the party, I'll do the hostess does a post. I have a fun post. I show the nail post. And then it looks a little confusing, but like this post and this post are the same thing, but I switch it up because if somebody books from a party, I'm kind of like, oh, I don't want to have the same stuff. So I'm adding to it. Go ahead. Somebody have a question? No? Okay. 1 second, guys. I think there's somebody that wants to come in. Let me see. Wait, I gotta stop sharing just for a second. I gotta let Stephanie in. Okay, let me go back. All right. So the day of the party, I do a couple of posts, and then I do like 1 hour before, just for like a reminder. And then I start with the party post, and I do it for an hour. I do it from 8 to 9. And I kind of stack them. So it's like 8, 8:05, 8:10, 8:15, 8:20, 8:25, and I get them all in there. And then the day after, so on Thursday, I do about 4 different posts, and then on Friday, I'm done. So my parties are kind of running Monday through Friday, but the bulk of it is happening on Wednesday night. It's kind of like party night is Wednesday night. Some have even been shorter. I do kind of feel like a day and a half was like my sweet spot at the beginning of the party, meaning like party starts on Wednesday night at 8. I have the hostess get in there on Monday afternoon. Sometimes the party will end on Thursday if the hostess is like, no, let's condense it a little bit shorter. People get paid on Friday, so I've kind of pushed it to Friday. But the main thing is that my template is here, and all I have to do is get it into a Facebook group. So I have 3 parties running this week, 2 tomorrow, 1 on Wednesday. Nope, 2 tomorrow. That's Wednesday. 2 on Wednesday, 1 on Thursday. Same stuff is going out for every single party, except for their name and the party link, right? There's 2 parties set up for next week. Same posts are going to go out. So the only time like I really change stuff out is like this kind of stuff, like a this or that, or like, you know, the kitchen stuff, like it might be like wine or coffee or stuff like that. But the bulk of it, I might change out some of the nail fees. But other than that, everything is basically the same. So I have the same template going out to almost like all my parties. And that way it makes it super easier for me. And I can actually work with my hostess because that's where I feel like the magic is. She can't just come into the group and like not do anything, because then it's gonna completely bomb. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So Margaret, I have a question.
Yeah.
Would you be able to create a mock group for this team here and post that in it so we can look at everything?
Yeah, so you guys don't have SyncShare, right? Do any of you guys have that? No.
I do.
Oh, you do? Because
Yes.
But I haven't.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't worked with
Yep.
it yet.
Okay, so like with SyncShare, like the amazing thing with SyncShare is I can actually share this whole entire template with you in the matter of like 2.2 seconds. So if you go like this, if you hit select all, and then if you go under these 3 dots right here, I'm gonna unshare it for 1 second. You hit share folder and you just do winter party. Copy the link. And then I'm gonna share it with you guys. But what I'm thinking is, it's, you know, it's super, super slow because I think I'm on it. Here's an idea. So I mean, I can share it with Tasha and Maureen. For 1 second. Because this is the other idea that we could do. It would take a while to get it on there though. Do you guys, any of you guys have Trello?
No.
No? Because Trello is,
I don't have to.
you don't have Trello. So here, I'm gonna share this. All right, can you guys see my Trello board?
Yeah.
All right, so I did a new launch party for,
Not yet. It's still sharing screen.
wait, can you see that? Can you see this board?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Trello.
Yes.
All right, so this is a Trello board. It's free. And this is what I did for one of my new stylists because she signed on and she didn't want to get SyncShare. So I was like, all right, well, what am I going to do? So I said, okay, I don't want to run my girls' parties because then it's coming from me and it's not coming from them, right? So it really needs to come from them because they're hosting the party. So I created this Trello board, and as you can tell, it's kind of the same thing as SyncShare, where you see like this post is 3 days before the party, 2 days before the party, 1 day before the party, the day of the party post, day after. Those were like ideas for their VIP group to kind of get them started off right. You'll see like they're all, actually they would have been all right here because these were the party posts that we had. We could create something like this for everyone. Or Maureen, you know what?
What?
I'm trying to think of like I'm trying to think of what's the easiest scenario for everyone. Because I mean, I'm running 2 parties, 3 parties. I don't know how many parties I'm running. I'm running parties. I'm like, I don't even know. And they're going, I mean, they're going out right now. And they're gonna end on Friday or whatever it
So,
is.
so Margaret, do you want to share with me the format that you have on SyncShare?
Yes.
And then I can copy it into my folder and I can share it with the girls who have SyncShare. I know Tasha has it. I'm not sure if Karen has it yet.
Yeah.
And then as far as Trello goes, is that something that can be copied over like SyncShare? Is that the same thing where you
yeah,
have to share files?
It's a kind of the same thing. Like, so with Trello, here, let me go back. Here it
Is
is.
it something we have to sign up for? And then once we're signed up, you can share it with us?
Yeah, actually, yeah, because in Trello's free, so you don't have to pay for it. Let me share. So with Trello, the cool thing is once you set up your board, you can invite your guests right here. You just put in their email and you send them an invitation. So they'll get the invitation via email. They get this board and it looks exactly like this. The only thing that they have to do is they have to make their own copy because this is like the master board, right? So to make a copy, all you do is say show menu, you go to more, copy board, you title it whatever you want. You can title it like winter parties or whatever it is, and then you hit create. And then that's it. And then everybody gets it.
Okay.
So
So
like
that's almost like hold on, I'm just getting my dog ready to go out here.
yeah.
That's pretty much the way we had to do the other one too, right? SyncShare, we just kind of copied, kind of copied that folder over. We couldn't go in and edit the one that was created, but we copied it over and then we edited our own copy.
Yep. So how about this? How about if I send you and Tasha the SyncShare one that I have, make a copy of that, right? I will add you to this Trello board, make a copy of this, right? Then you could take these, you could keep like the 3 days. Sorry, I'm pointing like you guys can see. Like this one. You could keep like the 3 days, 2 days, keep this up here, but change the post down here to the SyncShare ones.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And like maybe you and Tasha can work on it together so that it's not like a huge thing. But you can get all of that in there. All you have to do is, well, this is, I don't want to like edit it because then I'll, but if you hit this button right here, you just hit archive and it goes away.
Okay.
I can help you guys. I can help you guys with Trello and how to get it in. You know what I mean? Like I can help you guys with that. That way it's like, you know what I mean? Like I want you guys to be able to get it in and get it in pretty quickly so you can share it with your team. But then you guys will just have this template. So anytime you have like a new person jump on, or even like, you know, if your teammates want to kind of like relaunch, they'll have this beautiful template that they can make a copy of. And now it's just here. So now like if we have like right now, well, that's a new one, but like say if like the nail fees were older, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like this one right here, like this graphic's kind of old because it's Christmas, right? You would want to take that off. But you know what I mean? It'll be a good template that they can use and just keep it and just keep on going with it, you know?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I like so it gives the idea of the picture and then you just fill in your own words and.
Absolutely. And I think there's, I mean, and you can take my word, there's words, there's all
sorts of
stuff.
You did that?
Yeah. So I'll show you guys everything that's on here, but then that way the girls, all they have to do, I mean, look at all this, like all the wording is there, all the pictures are here. It's basically a copy and paste system, you know?
I really like how you have it laid out each day, what goes on there. Cause that's.
Yeah.
Super helpful.
I think when it first pops up, people are like, oh, what is this? Like if you can just like look at it for like a half of a second and just say to yourself, oh, okay, clearly I had to do like day before the party and 1 day and 2 day and 3 day. But if you're only doing your parties on Wednesday, you could say like the day of the party, this could just say Wednesday and this could say Tuesday and this could say Monday. You know what I mean? Like just whenever you're running your parties is when I just, because I don't know when people are running their parties, that's how I did it. But anybody can change any of this and make it so that it's visually appealing to them and that it's really kind of like, okay, wait, it's Tuesday. I got to get these 4 posts or these 2 posts in, boom, 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 done. And they can just use Facebook scheduler for it, And all they have to do is change out the name and the link.
So
And
Margaret,
maybe-
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you know how you do multiple parties, that's something I haven't really figured out yet.
Oops, wait, what were you saying?
That's
Sorry, I
something
think I
I
was
haven't
talking
figured
over
out
somebody.
how to do multiple.
So,
Well, what's
I've got Maureen and Tasha talking at the same time. All right, wait, Tasha, you go first.
sorry.
okay.
Go ahead, Tasha.
Tell me what your strategy is for spacing out parties that are on the same day. Like, do you space them out an hour so that you can be on live with the other one answering people's questions and stuff like that? How do you?
Nope, I do them all
1
at
hour
the same time. And this is what I do. I sit right here and I go like this for about an hour. But you know what though? It's like, what I realized is that like when I was doing it on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, it was taking up 2 of my nights. And I'm like, I don't want this. I don't, I've got kids, they've got stuff going on. So what I found was I run parties on Wednesdays. I usually run 2 on Wednesdays and I run my girls' night in on the same night. So it's complete mayhem, but I almost like love it because like my adrenaline is going. But that's how I work. You know what I mean? I love that. Like, oh my God, like this is hysterical. This is funny. So for me, it's more like that energy that's kind of going. Because if I'm not getting the energy from the party, I'm getting my energy from my girls' night in because I know those are good. Like, because those girls are interacting a lot. And then like I can just feel it getting pulled into my parties. I'm like, all right, come on, let's go. You know what I mean? So I think you have to kind of find your jam of what really is going to work for you, your time, your family time, and play with it just a little bit. Because you might say like, you know what, this is crazy. I'm not doing 2 or 3 parties in one night.
So that's me. Just like I'm doing 1 a week right now, just to get a flow again.
Yes.
And then I don't know. That's why I wanted to know how you got 2 parties in one day, because I was like,
yeah.
How do you
Well,
do that?
so the beauty though of SyncShare is that I can take like this post right here. Everything's all set up. I mean, these are all the parties that are going. See how I have Dana, Haley, and Crystal's party are all right here. So if I'm starting this party and this post is supposed to go out on Wednesday, I pick, whatever time frame it is, and I say, okay, at 8:34 p.m. on Wednesday, Dana, Haley, and Crystal's party, and all I do is hit schedule. And it goes out to all 3 parties. So like SyncShare has been like a mind-blowing experience because I easily just posted to all 3 parties at once. You know what I mean? And I scheduled it.
Okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you have SyncShare and you want to do multiple parties, like I just do like, that's why I said I like the same party. I like doing the parties on the same day because I'm just posting it in three parties. Same stuff, 3 parties.
And Facebook jail doesn't get to you at all?
I have not had any issues with SyncShare. So I do my parties, my VIP group, the team page, the Nail Boss Lounge is all coming from SyncShare.
Okay.
Because I can't physically like be around all the time. You know what I mean? So things need to get scheduled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's SyncShare. If you can like really kind of like take maybe even like a little bit of time with SyncShare, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I have to explore it.
Yeah, absolutely. Maureen, what were you gonna say?
Yeah. Yeah, so my question was, with the Trello, do you have to schedule those via a Facebook post, or does Trello automatically schedule into the Facebook groups like SyncShare does?
No, you have to pull and post.
So you have to physically schedule every one of those posts on the Trello, and you have to
Yep.
do it for every party that you're running.
You got
Okay.
it, ma'am. You got
I
it.
mean, I use SyncShare, and I have to say, I mean, I have used it a few times, and at first when I did the first training back, I think maybe in the spring or the summer, I was overwhelmed by it. But once I got into the application and learned how to do the file sharing, and then learned how to set up the posts, it's really simple.
Yeah, it's like phenomenal. But, you know, there are people who are just jumping into the business, and I completely understand if they don't want to pay the $10.
Right.
Like, I
Right,
totally
right.
get it.
Yep.
So Trello is like the next best option, because at least it's a visual of when those posts are supposed to go out, and they all stay in the spot. Because what happens is when you run your Facebook parties, unless you turn the comments off, the posts get all jumbled because it goes up to like whatever comment is going, right? So you could
Mhm.
have like just a Facebook group and you could post everything, but that's a lot of scrolling. So what I
Mhm.
found is like
Right.
that was a lot. Trello kind of condensed it a little bit more. And SyncShare is just godsend. You know, especially if you're
Yeah.
at that point where you're running, even if you're running one party a week, I feel like it's worth it, because it frees up that much more time to do other stuff, to work with your hostess, to work with your teammates, you know what I mean, to post more on social media.
Mhm.
But I would use Trello and really kind of get that base going, where like, you know, I started and I was doing just one party a week. I think I was doing one party a month, like, you know, and it was just, you have to do what you're comfortable with, and what works for you. But, you know, just if you can even get one party for the month, think about that. Because like if you can work with that person and they are bringing 10, 15, or 20 people into that party, I mean, you can talk to 10 to 20 people instead of just that one person. That's huge. You just built your network 10 times. And when, I mean, and not that you guys have to do it, but anybody that comes into that party that has been invited in and they have accepted that invite, I mean, I friend request them. I thank them I personally thank them in a private message after they make their order. I personally message them about coming into my VIP group. Like I already want to try to form those connections with those people. So I really work my Facebook parties pretty hard,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
I just put a video up about like my Facebook party template. And now this is in Trello, because I'm doing multiple parties. I was not focused or like missing out on stuff, and this has been huge for me to keep track of my parties and what I'm doing in the parties, so I don't like lose out on anything. Like I even have like, did I send a private message to join my Facebook group? But because that message is already there, all I have to do is copy it and paste it. So I did it once, and now I just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and if you don't want to do Trello, just get in here and get yourself a notebook and just write all this stuff down. You know what I mean? Like I look at Trello and I see Trello as like a notebook. You know what I mean? You have to write it down somewhere, because otherwise things get lost.
Right.
You know, like maximize a party to the nth degree.
Right.
You know?
So one thing I do too, when I have a party, or even if somebody new in my group buys nails, I have an email. It's just the standard email that I send out, thanking them again, and then it's just a little refresher on what they need to do in order to prep. And I do the application,
Mhm.
the removal, all of that information, just as kind of a little reinforcement, so they can go back and look at it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with you. Did I probably went like too far.
No, I think this is all good. This is good information.
Yeah.
Good information. Yep.
So I'm gonna send that link, that SyncShare link to you guys.
Yeah.
I'll send the template for Trello as well. And then
Okay.
if you guys need help, we can either voice text or get on another call or whatever. You know what I mean? That way we can get it up and running so that you guys can share with your teammates. I think we have less than a minute. But any questions or anything like that, just ship them my way, and then that way we can get you guys up and going.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Margaret.
This sounds good. Yes, thank you, Margaret.
Awesome. Well, thank you, ladies, for hopping on.
All right. Have a great night. Take
Yes.
care.
You
Bye.
too.
Good night, guys.
Bye, guys.